responsibility be universal? As in, for instance, why would the drug addict on the streets of New York City care about a universal responsibility? Or, maybe the student with depression, why should they care about universal responsibility? And so forth. So what about the universal responsibility makes it so universal and important to everyone? Why should people care, essentially? Thank you very much.
So, this is very relevant and important question. Many people are in the condition of thinking of only for the self-interests. If something is related to me, if I do something which harms me, I should not do that. Which benefits me, I should do that. This is a usual mindset of the most of the sentient beings. And enlightened sentient beings, they could see the interrelatedness of all sentient beings. Therefore, if I do something harmful to others, that ultimately will harm me at the end. And whatever I do beneficial to the others, that also benefits me and my surroundings. Realize by that way, this way some people are care for the interest of others. And the highest level of being, the Bodhisattvas, think that the benefit of interest of other people, other sentient beings are the only importance. For that, I can sacrifice my own interest. So only thinking for the others is the way a person should think and should do. So there are three different kind of mindset. The equality of all sentient beings and the interrelatedness of all sentient beings is a reality. The principle of non-violence, the teaching of non-violence of Buddha is based on the reality of interdependence, interrelatedness. All these sentient beings are interrelated directly or indirectly. Whatever we do, it has a direct effect to oneself, to the surroundings, and to the entire universe. For this, there are three different kind of viewpoint. The first viewpoint is those people who believe in the Creator, the God who creates the entire universe. And the second group is the Buddhists or the Jains. They do not believe in the Creator, but they believe in the cause of karmic force. Karmic force has two divisions. One is the individual karmic force, and the other is the collective karmic force. The universe came into being through the cause of collective karmic force, and in which individual karmic force is also included. And the third non-believer neither believe in Creator nor believing in the causality of karma, only the materialistic. In the materialistic ways also, the entire material are not causeless. Cause and condition is necessary, that is the law of nature. Nothing can happen without any cause. For each happening, each existence, each thing needs its own cause. How the cause are created, cause are accumulated, or to make it powerful to create a result. In that, some movement, some force, some action, some energy is necessary. In that energy or in that movement, it has a pervasive nature and a divisive nature. A small part which is related to the larger part. The larger part is related to the universal part. So by this entire material viewpoint also, if something, some noise happened here, which subtle vibration goes all over the globe, there is some kind of interconnectedness. So, therefore, whatever an individual does an action, positive, negative, violence, non-violence, that will affect to entirety of the world. Believer of a Creator, that means you are harming, you are violence, you do violence to a thing which is created by the divine, and that means it is direct harm to the divine and disrespect or disobedience to the divine. The karmic theory, whatever you do, positive, negative, you are adding to the collective karma, because you are able to act a community karma. That ability is given by the collective karmic force. And whatever you do within that sphere, it will also add to the karmic force. So therefore, whatever you do here is not limited to benefit or harm or anything to yourself, particularly one's own only single individual. It will have repercussions, it will have effect directly, indirectly or remotely, subtly to entire universe. Therefore, we have a responsibility to preserve, to protect, and to not harm or disturb the nature of universe. The nature of universe is very subtle, and not only subtle, it is very easy to affect, to harm, to damage, or to benefit. So, therefore, our action is not related only to single individual. It first relates to those persons who are around oneself and who are related to oneself. You show unhappiness, the direct effect would be with your companion, immediate companion. If your dissatisfied face would make the immediate person is also unhappy. or you show happiness, the other may also feel happiness. And by that way, it will go to the community, it will go to the society, it will go to the nation, and then internationally or universal. So each one is related to each other. So therefore, whatever we do, we shall have to do with sense of responsibility, with sense that if I do this, it will not harm to my immediate companions, or it will not harm to the community or the society, it will not harm to the entire living creature. So by this kind of feeling, then you will think over whatever you act, whether it is positive or negative. If you are not caring for that, for example, there are 5-member families in a home. If you damage something at your home, that will make unhappy to all the other 4 members of the family. And you will have to be regret for that. So you should not be a cause of unhappiness to your other family members. That is a responsibility of the family. And similarly to your community, to your village, to your town, and to your nation. So each one goes. The effect of your action to your community or to your nation may not be very clearly visible. But if you understand the interrelatedness of all phenomena, then you will understand whatever you do has a larger effect to entire world. If you have that understanding, then you will understand why I should be care all my action for the sake of entire universe.